Okay, sige, siguro wala talaga sila. Let's start. Okay, so this time we're going to be talking about measures of positions. Now, for measure of positions, okay, sorry. So this is the last one for the measure of central tendency. Okay. Now, the measure of central tendency usually gives you a point reference where the value of the score, and we may compare it to a particular score or against the mean. Okay, and usually use that to identify. So, for example, let's say si Miss Gamboa, ang nakuha niyang score is actually, let's say, nasa 85. Okay, let's say nung pag-entrance mo sa UMAC. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that that is your actual score. Most of the time, what would happen is that you're going to arrange the results according to, they're going to arrange it into this kind of what we call the fractals. And then, that would actually tell you kung nasaan ka nakapwesto. Kung naka 85 ka, sabihin na natin sa lahat, pang 85 na position ka dun sa actual scores. Okay? That doesn't necessarily mean na 85 over 100 yung score mo. No. Let's say nasa 300 items and that's your 85th position against overall population. For example, sa board exam, parang yung sa mga board exam to eh. 'Di ba minsan sa mga board exam, like the recent one, nag-board exam sa psychology, ninth place siya. Okay, so ibig sabihin 8 yung nakatalo sa kanya and she bested the rest of the population. Pero if you're going to look at her actual score, it's around 85 to 86 lang siya. Although sa psychology, that's a good number already, pero I mean, it's not gonna be that high compared to those sa mga iba nag-take na board exam nung earlier years. Okay, so ganun yung pag uh, explain yan. Now, the fractile, so this is actually dividing it into the different racks. The best example for fractals is you have the median, which allows it to divide it into two equal parts, diba? The median is the actual, uh, the calculated mean is the calculated middle is the mean, and the actual mean is the median. Okay, now it actually can be further described by other forms of dividing it. Kung kalahati lang, 50-50, then you have the median. Now, if you want other ones, meron tayong iba pang, we call that the quantiles. Now, the quantiles divides the set of data into different parts. Now, yung quantiles natin, we have what we call the quartile, the decile, and the percentile. Now, isa-isahin muna natin yan. So, the unang-una natin is the quartile. Okay? So, the quartile, yan. So, this is actually it's actually a division of the set of data, sorry, into four equal parts. So, usually, you have their quartile 1 or the first quartile. Okay? You have second quartile or Q2. You have third quartile and then the last quartile. So usually that's the 100%. Now, you might say this is 25%, 50, 75, 100. Okay? Pero depende yan sa data ninyo. Now, always remember when you're doing with quantiles, um, it's always arrange it in an increasing order before you do any calculation. Okay? Now, para sa school natin, sa education natin, 'di ba, you have first quarter exam, second quarter exam, third quarter, and then fourth quarter. Ang klase natin is usually 10 months lang out of the 12 months ng isang taon. So, if that is the case, then if you're going to divide the academic year, it's gonna be divided into 2.5 months. Almost 2.5 months ang measure niyan. Provided that you have the semestral break, that's almost 3 to 4 weeks in between. Okay? Now, ano naman ang ibig sabihin nito? Now, in terms of grades, now if in case you were ranked, okay, as the 25th ang ranking mo dun sa mga nag-exam, it means natalo mo 24% of the population. Yun nga lang, mas mataas sa'yo, 75%. Okay? Then the other one, 'pag nasa Q2 ka or sa 50th or the second quartile yung ranking mo, it means nasa gitna ka. Okay? Kalahati ng population na talo mo kasi ikaw yung nasa may gitna, and then meron pa ring almost half of the population na nakatalo sa'yo or mas maganda ang score sa'yo. And the last one, okay, it is 75 or 3/4 or the third quartile. It means 25% ang nakatalo sa'yo, pero na-best mo yung the 75% of the population. Okay? So, pag sinabing 80% ka, so 80 yung natalo mo, 20% yung nakatalo sa'yo. Okay? Now, usually you have the formula, okay? It is QM is equal to M times the
Ma'am,
sum. Yes?
hindi po kayo naka-share screen, ma'am.
Ay, sorry, hindi ko ano ba 'yan? Sorry naman. Akala ko nakapasok na siya. Thank you. Ayan, kaya
Thank you
pala.
po, ma'am.
'Yan. So, 'yan. So, here, you can see the screen now. Wait lang. Ayusin ko lang 'tong ano ko. Kaya pala. 'Yan. Para madali ko siya manipulate. Okay. So, here, the formula is quartile Q of M is equal to M times N, the sum of N plus 1. So M is the position of the quartile and N is the number of cases or the number of items in that particular set. Okay, I'm not going to use the problems that we have here or the sample problem here in the PowerPoint. Let's have your own sample, okay? So let's pull up an Excel sheet, okay? Now, please create wait lang. Okay. Lakayan natin konti para malaki, para makita. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to give some data. Okay, so ang values natin is 50 to 100. Okay? So magbigay kayo ng number between 50 to 100. So Miss Badajos,
70 po, ma'am.
70. Okay, next, Miss Patawaran.
80 po.
Oh, Matanga,
59.
59. Okay, Mogol,
65 po.
65. Ignacio, wala si Jessica. Bea, Blasco.
90 po. Ay,
Sige, Bea, no, sige. Apolonio,
94.
94. Hindi rin sumasagot yung isang Bea eh. Anyways, ah, sa Tumbaga, Lia, number lang, number. Naku, nawala pa, na-disconnect. Huwag na kayo mag-open ng camera kasi baka maano eh. Delima, Christopher, Delima, nako, Kililit, Kulilit, Chona May. Okay,
75, ma'am.
okay, is Delima 74. Wait, sulat natin. Ano yung isa? Kililit?
75 po.
75. So, dalawa kayong 7, ano, 7. Richel, Dusal,
54 po.
54. Gonzales,
98 po.
98. Peno. Wait lang.
100 po.
Okay. Loma,
99 po.
99. Pinkian.
26.
76. Okay. Okay, so let's just use this set of numbers, okay? So take note that since this is something that is generated, we're going to be working on this. Wala po siyang preconceived na value. So again, as mentioned earlier, you have to arrange it or you have to sort it from in an increasing manner. So sort nyo lang siya sa Excel. Yan. Okay? Then, identify the items based on the term. So this will become the first term, second term, third term. Okay? Sa Excel, madali lang yan eh. Just numbers at 1 to 3, then click and drag para ma-fill up yung the rest. Okay. So, yun yan. So, naka-arrange na ngayon sila in order. So, let us compute, let's say, Q1, then Q2, then Q3. Okay? So, yan. So, first thing we're gonna do, let's copy the formula. Now, later on, you will see that most of the formulas that are used here are repeating. Kumbaga pare-pareho yung kanyang mga formula. Okay, wait lang ha. Let's copy this. Yan. Paste. Yan. Okay. So, yan yung value natin. So, yan yung formula na susundin natin. So, M stands for number 1. So, here, parang nagsusulat lang ako. So, hindi ko siya ilalagay muna yung equal sign kasi pag inigay ko kagad yung equal sign sa Excel, makikita nyo automatic computation siya. So, populate lang natin. So, this will become, since it's Q1, so 1 times, we have 12 items on your problem here. So, 12 plus 1, those. Now, since we're dealing with Excel, lagyan nyo ng asterisk para sa operation. Otherwise, hindi siya ah ah, mafo-fulfill. Ano, divided by 4. Okay? So, control A ko lang siya, copy. Lagay ko yung equal, saka ko siya ipi-paste. And if you will notice, nag-auto-compute siya. So, ibaba natin muna to para hindi siya istorbo. Okay, so yan yung term. So, that's the term. 3.25th term. Okay? So, yan. Now, asan si 3.25 term? If you're going to look here, we only have 3 and 4. So, it's in between 3 and 4. Okay? Now, how do we compute that? So, usually, kukunin mo yung 3 point, yung 0.25 dun sa pagitan ng dalawa. Okay? So, ang gagawin nyo dyan is, susulat nyo ngayon, fourth term minus third term, kasi nasa pagitan eh, value times point, yung butal. Ano yung butal natin? That is 25. So, times 0.25, then plus third term. Okay? So, ganyan. So, if we're going to do the math here, so open parenthesis, since we're going to do an operation between, so fourth is 70 minus 65 close times 0.25 plus, what's the value of the third term? That is 65. Okay? Now, since may operation tayo dun sa multiplication, you have to close it para hindi magkaroon ng problema. Yan. Copy natin. Control C. Equal. Yan. Para mag-do the math. Okay. So, that is now the value of the 3.25 term. Okay. So, Q1 value is, ay natin. Yan. Is 6.25, which is in between ng third and fourth value. Okay, so this time, let's do Q2. So, baba muna natin si Q3, si QT. Okay? So, the same then, Ang papalitan lang natin is yung number sa harapan, yung M. Okay? Now, kinopya ko lang siya. Since we're using Excel, baguhin nyo lang yung value ng harapan, 3. Then here, double click niyo, delete nyo, gawin nyo lang 3. Okay? So, the value is 9.75 term. 75th,
Ma'am, di ba 2?
ano na?
2 po, yung 2 po
Ay,
ba
sorry,
dapat po
Q2
yan?
po. Q2 pala.
Ah,
Sorry, my bad. Gawin na nga natin itong Q3 na lang. Paano tayo problema? Q3 na tayo eh. Ito na lang si Q2. Anyway, so yan. So 9.75 term. At si 9.75 ay nasa pagitan ni 9 and 10. Okay? So, ang gagawin natin, compute natin, 10, 10th value and 9th value so subtract nyo. Okay? So, 10th minus 9th value times, ano yung butal natin? That's 0.75 plus 9th term value. Okay? So, yan. So, if we're going to do the math, wag muna natin lagay yung equal. So, this is 98 minus 94. Okay, close parentheses. Times yung butal, 75, plus 9 term, which is 94. Okay, wait lang. Open and close parentheses. Okay. So, lagyan natin na equal. Okay, so the value is 97. Okay. So, dito naman, gawin na natin si Q2. Okay. So, Q2. Okay. So, what is the answer? Ano yung position niya for Q2? Anyone? Yeah, try it on your own. Sino yung nag-raise ng hand? Hindi ko nakita. Wait lang. 7. Okay, 74. Ay, hindi. So, wait lang. Nawala. Sino yung nag-raise kanina? Anyways. Yes,
Ako po,
patawaran.
ma'am.
Nawawala
Yung
kasi.
sa, yes, po. Yung sa quartile 2 po, di ba ma'am, parang median lang?
Mhm.
Sinasolve ko pa po, pero ang tingin ko po, 6.5.
Sure tayo doon. 6.5. How did the others? Laurente.
Wait lang, ma'am.
Yes
Laurente.
po, 6.5 po.
6.5. De Harlo.
6.5 po.
Okay, let's check. So, copy ko lang to. Naku, hindi siya nag-copy. Copy. Wait lang. Okay, 6.5. Thank you. So, pag 6.5 siya, nandito sa pagitan na yan. Okay. Now, guys, bakit ma'am ganito yung ginagawa natin? Kasi may butal. Pero kung eksakto yung value niya, let's say, sabihin na lang natin example na ang naging value niya ay eksaktong 3, wala na tayong ganito i-compute. Pipiliin mo na lang siya dun sa pwesto. Siya yung third term, so yun yung sagot. Okay? Pero since pinapakita natin na nagkakabutal kasi nga based on the number of our items in the set. Okay? So 6.5. Now, ano ngayon yung ating sagot sa ano yung value ng 6.5? Since pagitan siya ng 7 and 6. Miss Patawaran?
75.5 po.
Okay, 75.5. So, let's do the math. So, at least kuha na kung paano kunin nyo, no? Pero, for presentation, we'll still show it. So, 7 minus 6th term value times Butal, which is 0.5, plus sixth term value. Okay. So it is going to be zero point 0.5. So that's going to be 70. Okay. Yan. So I'm just showing it to you for presentation purposes. Okay. Yan. 75.5. So that is for Q quartiles. Okay. Next, let's have another one. The other set is for what we call deciles. Okay. Insert lang natin. Okay. So this is quartiles. Sa baba, sulat natin si deciles. Now, from the word deci, which is Greek for 10, therefore, we're gonna be dividing it into 10 groups naman. So let me just copy this. Okay. Now, since we're doing it based on 10, so ano lang nagkaiba nila? It's almost similar with the formula. The only thing that's gonna be different for that one is that we will be having a divisor of 10. Okay, wait lang guys ha. May pasamay sa system ko eh. Yan. So it's going to be divided into 10 equal parts. So it's going to be from D1 to D9. Okay. And then the formula is the same almost. The only thing that is different is that the denominator, instead of having 4, you have 10. Okay. And same also for the units. For M is for the position. That's not quartile, it's supposed to be decile and then number of cases. Okay. So let me just go back to Excel. And wait lang. Copy natin. Yan. So here. Okay. So yan. So let's have based on the we have here D2, D5, D7. Okay. So let's use that. Wait lang guys ah. Okay. Okay. Wait lang guys ah. Nagkakaroon. Ano. Nag-update. Ayan. Okay. Okay. So let's answer for D2. Okay. So D2. Okay. So again, yung M would be the value for the position. So it's going to be 2 times 12 plus 1 divided by 10. Okay. Okay. Can you hear me still, guys? Medyo nag-freeze kanina yung system ko.
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay. So, yan. So, yan yung value natin. That's position 2.6. Now, here, this is where position 2.6 might be located. So, ganun ulit. So, ano, third position, third minus second term value times natin sa butal, which is 0.6, plus second term value. Yan. Wait lang guys ha. Tabi! Tabi, 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 tabi. Okay, guys, sorry may commotion sa labas. Anyways, moving forward. So, ano sagot natin dito? What's the value for 2.6? What's the value for 2.6? Anyone? Katawaran? Nadaho? Sige, Lawrence.
68.6 po.
68.6.
0.6.
Okay, did everybody get the same answer? How about the others? Uy, sabihin niyo naman kung pareho or mali.
Ma'am, sinasolve pa po.
2 point. Okay. Sige, solve pa. So, equal na nga natin. It's 3 minus second term value times 0.6. Ano yan? Ayan ang problema. Kailangan mo talaga, you have to place. Sino yung nag-raise ng hand? Lorente.
Lumabas sa akin, ma'am, 62.6.
62.6. Let's check. Wait lang
Sa
ha.
akin din po, ma'am.
Okay, plus.
Sa akin din po, 62.6.
Ayan. Let's check. Okay. So, panalo is 62.6. Okay. It's not 68. You might, Mr. Claro, you might want to revisit your computation. Okay? Wala namang problema dyan. Okay, next. How about for, let's skip D5 kasi usually guys, the value for D5 is always equal to Q2 quartile 2. Okay? Kasi it's gonna be the middle eh. So let's go to D7 instead. Okay, D7. Okay? So pag D7, usually kinokopya ko lang to. Trip style ko lang yun guys. Copying ko. Ang ipapalitan ko lang naman is the position. So D7. Yan. Copy natin. Equals. Yan. 9.1. So, nasa pagitan siya nitong dalawang to. Okay. So, what would be the answer? Anyone? Miss Badajos? Ano nakuha mo?
76.4 po, ma'am.
Ha? 9.1 siya, iha. Bakit naging 76? Gamboa?
90.4 po.
94.4.
94.4.
Okay, 94.4. How about
94.4 po.
okay, so marami kumukha na 94. Let's check. So, let's do the math. Diniretso ko na ha. Dito tayo sa baba. Para madali natin i-copy. Okay, equal. So, open parenthesis. And minus 98. Baliktad. 27 minus those times 0.1 plus. So the answer is 94.4. Okay. So yan. So this is 10th minus 9th. Okay? So yan. So the last one is what we call the percentile. So the percentile is actually dividing the data sets into 100 equal parts. So ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo pagdating sa examination, sa health-related cases, yun yung ginagamit nila. Pag sinabing nasa top 1 ka, ibig sabihin lahat natalo mo. Okay? And then, tapos yung score mo lang nasa 82. So, ibig sabihin mababa yung academic, yung score sets ng mga nag-take ng exam. May ganun yun eh. Yung batch namin when I took the board exam sa education, back then, the highest namin is 87, 88. Pero the next batch, yung top one, only got 84. Kumbaga, mababa yung grupo na yon, yung sumunod na batch. Siguro mas mahirap yung set of questions. Okay, so this time it's gonna be doing the percentile. Now for the percentile, the formula, okay, wait lang, asan na si mouse? Yan. So it's actually the same. P of m is equal to m times the sum of n plus 1 over 100 for the term. Okay? Quartile na naman ang sinulat ko. Anyway, so going back this one, so let's copy the formula. Yan. Yan. Okay. So let's have alanganin. Let's have percentile 48. Yan. Okay, what is the value for percentile 48? So using the same idea also, so this will become 48 times 12 plus 1 divided by 100. Okay, so make sure Copy. Yan, 6.24. So, asan 6.24? So, 6.24 is between 6 and 7. Okay? So, it's between 75 and 76. So, using the same things that we did earlier. So, it's going to be seventh term minus times yung butal, which is 0.24 plus 6th term. Okay? So, this is 7th term is 76 minus 75 close. Yes. Laurente, may sagot ka na agad?
Yes, ma'am.
Mamadali. Sige, ano sagot mo?
75.24 po.
Okay. How about Miss Badajos?
Same po, ma'am.
Okay.
75.20.
Ligsa and De Harlo.
75.
Okay. Let's still show it. Okay. Gawin pa rin natin. Yan. 75.24. Okay. So, yan. Then, how about if you're getting, let's say, another one, P85. Let's say P85. Okay, so P85 or 85th percentile. Okay, so what would be the position, Mr. Laurente?
11.05 po.
85 ba? 11
Yes,
point,
ma'am.
okay, 11.05. O nga pala, hanggang 12 tayo. Let's check. So, how about the others? May na, Miss Patawaran, nakasagot ka na?
Yes po, ma'am. Same lang din po. 11.05 po.
Okay, let's try. Sabi ko sa inyo, wala tayong ano dito. Diretso ko na ha, divided by 100. Okay, so yan. Para makuha natin here, tanggalin natin to. Okay, so yan. Then, ano yung actual value ng 11.05? Mr. Ligsa? Jerome?
99.05 po.
Okay, so yeah, kasi nandito naman siya. So, nakikita naman natin na konti lang yung difference. Since 1 lang, difference times 0.5. So, it's 99.05. Okay? So, pakita pa rin natin. Okay, so equal. Dito na natin lagay yung equal. So, that is 100 minus 99. 100 minus 99 times 0.05 plus 99. Okay? Kaya ako ginaganto guys as a guide para ma-remember ninyo how to compute for this. Okay? Yan. Okay? So, yan. So, that's how you do it. Now, what if although the Excel itself has its own functionality, meron siyang mga capacity din siya mag-compute. So, one of that is the quartiles. Pero yung iba tinest ko, hindi ko siya makuhang mag-work. Pero yung quartiles, yun napagana ko. So, let's have an example. Just place enter. Then, type in quart. Diyan yung dalawang lumalabas. Yung isa exclude, yung isa include. Okay? So, usually, yung ginagamit for quartile is the exclude. So, exclude nyo. Then, the array. Pag sinabing array, highlight nyo lang yung choices. So, you can either punch in or type in B3 to B12, B14, which is where the values are located, or click and drag. Then afterwards, tinatanong niya yung quart. So yung quart na hinihingi natin dito is, ayan o, first quartile ba, second, or third. So since ang hinihingi natin, trying to replicate the issue, sige, quartile 1. Yan. So, the answer is 66.25. So, the same. Now, how about for quartile 3? So, label nyo na lang yan. Q1 equal. Yan. Then, another one, let's say Q3. Okay. So, again, so equal, quart, then array, click and drag, comma, then third quartile. Yan. So, the answer is 97. Okay? So those are the things that are available in Excel. Now, what if I gave you a set of numbers, tapos lahat yan, sabay-sabay nyo i-compute. Okay lang sana kung ganito. Okay? Kaya lang, I'll show you one method that would allow you to do as much. Okay? So, paano po yon? Let's say, nagbigay ako ng sample problem na kung saan lahat pinasosolve ko kaagad in one go. Let's say this one. Yan. Lahat to i-compute nyo. Well, pwede naman isa-isa, pero since you're using Excel, let's maximize Excel. Yan. Dito natin para magkasya konti. Yan. Okay. Ayan. Okay, so yan. So, how do you do a mass calculation of the position? Wala pa yung value dito, guys, ha. Yung sa value, medyo doon kayo magmamano-mano. Okay, pero dito, it's going to be, unless na magaling kayo mag-program sa Excel, pwede niyang gawin yon. Now, para isang bultuhan siya pag-compute, so, i-classify ninyo. So, ano ba yung position na hinihingi? So, ilalagay niyo dito yung position. So, first column position. Then, yung sa second column, yung ano yung divisor ninyo. Okay? So, yung position, yun yung nakalagay dito, naka-label, di ba? So, you have there 1, 3, 5. So, sulat nyo lang yan. 1, 3, 5, 7, 42, and 87. Okay? And then yung divisor, natatandaan yung formula, nagkakaiba lang sila dun sa decision, dun sa letter M value at saka yung divisor nyo. So since we're talking about quartiles, it's always divided by 4. Deciles, it's always divided by 10. And then for percentiles, 100. So huwag niyong kakalimutan lang yan. Okay? So yan. Mga shortcut method na ginagawa ko minsan pag maraming problem solving. So here, para copy na natin siya. Para pwede ko ma-maximize yung space. Yan. Yan. Okay, so yan. So para makuha ninyo yung actual na position ng term natin, so you use the same formula. So 'di ba? Alam natin that you have 12 items. Huwag niyo nakakalimutan 'yon. So sulat niyo lang diyan equal yung position times open parentheses 12 plus 1 close, double close nyo yan, divided by the divisor. Yan. I forgot to open kasi yan eh. Yan. Okay. Then, hit enter. So, double click nyo lang siya, mag-auto-compute na siya. So, if you will notice here, 3.25 position, check. Q3, 9.75, check. Pero hindi natin na-compute yung D5 eh. Dito. Ang compute lang natin is D7. So, check si D7, then 42 and 87. Then, sa kanyo siya ima-manual na i-compute. Okay? So, yan. Now, meron pa po tayong isang paraan. Ito yung pinaka, ah, tawag to? Tamaran ways. Okay? Why Tamaran ways? Kasi merong isang actual na website that would give you the exact answer that you're looking for. In terms of quartiles, deciles, given the set of data sets that you have available. Now, you have to make sure nga lang that you would know how to be able to explain what it's it all about. Okay, wait lang ah. Let me just go to that. Binigay ko dun sa isang section ko. Yan. Teka lang. Okay, so let me just paste it on your GC to CCF. Okay. Ano yung GC natin? Nawawala, wait lang. Ayan, to Bsfm. Okay. Yan. Okay, so usually what you would do is copy the actual data that you have there available. So let's go back to our friendly Excel. Now, since naka-arrange na siya, walang problema. Okay, so i-copy nyo lang siya doon sa website na shinare ko sa inyo. Now, if you will notice, it's showing as percentile calculator. Now, you can also use this. You can also look for quartiles, deciles. But ito yung mas alam ko dito is yung percentile niya. Now, take note that you have to enter it. It's either like separate nyo ng comma, ng tab, semicolon. Pero if naka-Excel siya, then copy and paste na lang. Then, compute for a percentile. Okay, so ang percentile natin is 42 and 87. So, sulat mo si 42. Wala pala siya naman. Yan. Enter. Okay, so nag-calculate na ngayon siya. Ito yung sinabi niya. So, 42nd percentile is 74.46. Yan na. So, ito na yung mismong percentile rank niya. Okay? Ito na yung mismong value. Yun nga lang, wala siya dun sa position. Okay? Hindi niya sinasabi yung position. So, you have to compute for the actual position kung pang ilang value siya. And then at the same time, what you can see here are the actual quartile values. Okay? So you have deciles already pre-computed for you. Hahanapin mo na lang. Okay? Now, later on, we will be going to the quartile deviation, interquartile range, ito, coefficient ng quartile deviation. Lahat yan pupuntahan pa natin yan later on pa. Wag muna tayo magmadali. Okay, so far, yan yung mismong formula that you can use. Okay? Yun nga lang, take note, you have to compute for the position pa rin. Pero ito yung ginagamit para to check kung tama yung sagot ninyo. Then, may isa pa akong website na shinare dun sa isang klase ko. It's actually quartile. Okay. Yan. Ito yung sa deciles. Okay. So, yun nga lang, this you have to be it's a little bit strict when it comes of data. You have to place a comma. Otherwise, hindi siya magwo-work. So, ganyan talaga, iisa-isahin mo ngayon siya. Okay. Ano ba yan? Yan. Yan. So, let's say we're looking for, ano ba yung sample natin kanina sa Excel na kinompute natin? Decile 5. Let's say. So, yan. Calculate. Yan. Okay? So, yan. So, they arrange it automatically in ascending. Tapos, ito ngayon yung kanyang value. Okay? Yan. Ganyan yung style na ginawa niya. Then, the other one, so let me just share this with you as well. Malay nyo, whichever would work for you. This is actually can be used also in your mobile phone. Ito naman quartile calculator siya. Now, why I like this quartile calculator is that for this quartile calculator, ang kinagandahan niya is, gamitin na natin itong nakatama. And calculate. Okay? So, what you will notice, pre-calculate na rin siya. Okay? So, Q1, Q2, Q3. Then, kinompute na rin niya yung mean, yung median, minimum and maximum, and then the range. Okay? So, yan po yung mga bagay na din nating gamitin. Okay? But make sure that you'll be able to answer the questions na follow up dun sa mga problem solving natin. Okay? So, yan po. So, paano po yung exam natin? Okay? Yung assignment, kasi ganun pa rin. You show your calculation, basta submit it in PDF. You can use an Excel sheet if you want, or paper, tapos picturean nyo, basta upload nyo siya as PDF. And then, yung quiz, ibibigay nyo sa akin yung position, which is yung 10th term, yung TH term na hinihingi, and the actual value. Okay? Yun nga lang, if you're using dito, hindi mo kuha yung term. Okay? Makuha mo kagad yung actual value. Okay? So, mas maganda that you maximize your Excel sheets. So, ganun pa rin ang gagawin ko. Let me go ahead and save this for your class. And you can actually refer to this. I-upload ko na lang dun sa ating, yan, sa problem solving 2. Okay? Upload ko to sa ating, sa ating TBL Hub. Okay? So, any questions so far, guys? Questions? Clarifications on how to use the Excel calculations? Guys? Walang question? Walang clarification? Sigurado kayo? Are you still there?
Yes
Yes
po,
po.
ma'am.
Okay, sige. I'll go ahead. If you have no more questions, no more questions, clarifications, I'm going to end the session. I'll open your um, assignment and your quiz so that you can start working na. Okay? Sige, bye class.
Bye po.
Bye-bye.
Bye po. Thank you.
Thank you po.
Ay
Thank
po,
you.
ma'am.
Bye-bye. Happy weekend.
Happy weekend din, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
Thank you po, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye po.
Bye-bye.